lot of people call me crazy, and I'm fine with that. I am crazy, I am passionate. So I was determined to follow my dream.
My name is Khalid Al-Rayes, known as Khalid Choice in most social media platforms, and co-founder of this beautiful cafe, Go Home. My passion for food started at a very early age. I think when I was 10, 11 years old, when I started going to the kitchen, starting experimenting, cooking stuff. So I used to cook for me and for friends. It was a dream ever since I was a kid to have a cafe, a Central Perk cafe, because I'm in love with Friends. I always watch Friends, and I always wanted this kind of cafe style to be based in Doha. My first project was in 2014 when I first graduated. I was looking for a job. I decided that instead of me being at home, let me do something that I like. So I started my home-based bakery. This was my first project in Doha. And I am not a baker whatsoever. I know nothing about baking, so I still remember my first few customers. They actually called me to call me names. You're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to sell us this kind of cake. But of course, I came back to my kitchen, I studied more, I did more research, I did more experiments, until I got to the final product. I actually reached a point that I was one of the well-known home-based bakeries in Doha. Qatari cuisine can be considered limited somehow because of the raw materials that they used to have back in the ages. But of course, after people started to go out for trading, either in Asia, like India, Indonesia, and then towards Iran, they started to bring with them some other flavors that were new to our cuisine. So this is where our kitchen started to evolve somehow, and then started to develop, and then having more flavors into it. The desert is our kind of weekly activity that we do every winter, especially that we have very short winters, around 1 to 2 months maximum. So we like to enjoy it doing activities outdoors. We like to do picnic style, which is the authentic way of going out to the desert. Our kitchen is very simple. One of the main ingredients is rice, and then another main ingredient is flour. So we used to use them in a lot of different dishes. So today we're cooking majboos, which is one of our traditional dishes in Qatar. Of course, it has rice as the base, and then with grilled chicken and some beautiful toppings as well. Evolving our cuisine, or putting your own touches to make it more modernized, it needs a bit of work, as well as convincing the locals that this is the new way of presenting our food, because a lot of people tend to like to eat our food the authentic and the traditional way, and they don't approve if you change, if you add something that's not relevant, let's say, or that doesn't come from our kitchen originally. When I go out abroad, I always look for infused kind of cuisines. I wanted to start it back to roots. The idea was to create a street food kind of style. We don't have such thing in Doha. We don't have street food Qatari cuisine. So the idea of Go Home started to initiate back in 2018. This is where I decided I'm done with being a home-based caterer or a home-based business, and then I have to think of actually being represented somewhere where people can actually come, enjoy a full experience, and then get the feedback of their entire experience of food, ambience, and all of that. I decided to go with very authentic things like something we called madrouba. Back in the days, they used to cook it as whatever left over from the lunch. They will beat it all together and then present it as a new dish for dinner, adding some spices, adding some other ingredients, and then it comes out as a new dish. So I had this dish in the menu, and I added some toppings. I added salad to it, I added yogurt, which was extremely unacceptable, but extremely delicious. In Doha, it's not very common for people to eat pre-prepared, pre-cooked food. Our main product is grab and go. So literally you can grab the food and eat it at home or the place that you call home.
أول شيء فكرة الجراب اند جو اللي سواها الناس. أول شيء هي ما كانت تتقبل إنه تسخن أكلك وتاكله، يعني متعودين على الداين إن الأكل جاهز يطلع حار وكذي، فهذه فكرة كانت غريبة شوية على المجتمع إنه تاخذ أكلك وتقعد. أوكي، فأول شيء مثل استنكروا الفكرة، بس الحين خلاص عرفوا شنو الموضوع.
What helped me to bring this change or to raise this awareness is actually having my social media platforms. Talk about new ideas that we have, new menus, food items, focusing more on the grab and go. coming out with ingredients, it can be something as easy and safe as it can be, or it can be something crazy, like adding chocolate with meat or adding fruits with savory, combining things that seems that they don't go well together, but once you have a bite, you know and they're actually meant to be in one plate. The best thing about cooking, or what most chefs like about cooking, is when they present their food to their guests, family or friends, and then get all the feedback and all the insights of the flavors. What do you think? Do you like? Don't like? What's missing? What do I need to add? And all of that.
And I always encourage people, whatever the career you decided to take, whatever path or whatever passion you have to always talk about it and be proud, and of course follow your dreams always.